or as we like to call it, AooA. Tonight's episode is episode 3, which is going to be titled Motivated by Sudden Fuckery. Why? Because it's been a fucking month and I haven't run a goddamn game. Last time on our AooA adventures, the gang fought some fucking ghosts and won by the skin of their goddamn teeth. Don't ask me how. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And they did some interesting things that they wanted to do. But what we neglected to do was downtime activities. So, we're going to start off with downtime activities tonight, including, I believe, we might see someone level up. All right, so BG, I know you have a clock going for learning how to attune to shit. And I see you have a level 1 harm, but no stress. So what do you want to spend your downtime activities on? You could overindulge your vice because you have no stress. You could try and heal off that concussion. Or you could work on your downtime activities.
So I'm definitely going to work on downtime activities. I can get over a concussion. I'm super focused on researching ghosts, trying to learn as much as possible because I'm trying to get friendly with that ghost that I had a close brush with when we were doing work for Lord Spurlock. So I would love to do that.
Okay. So the way that works is you are going to roll me a d6 and tell me what the result is. And if you want to do it twice, because you're spending both your downtime activities on it instead of getting over the concussion, then roll me 2.
All right, let's go. A 3 and a 4.
All righty. So what that's going to do is that's going to advance your clock by, well, would you look at that? You ticked it over to full. So you can go ahead and add an point and a tune. And then do you want to continue that activity or choose a different downtime activity?
I'm going to keep doing that. That's my sole focus right now.
Okay. So that's going to get you 4 segments. You had 1 on your previous one. So you are halfway through your next segment. Oh no, you only get 1 dot in a tune.
Oh, sorry. One.
All right, so that's your downtime activities out of the way. So let's go ahead and get to your experience points for last time, because we're pretty dang close to leveling you up.
Woohoo.
So I'm going to go ahead and say you definitely address the challenge with violence or coercion. In fact, I'm going to say you did it at least twice.
Hell
yeah. Now, you didn't struggle really with any issues from your vice or traumas during the session. Would you say in that fight that you expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
Yes. I've been here my whole life, so I've been fighting ghosts since I was a baby. So I'm just standing my ground. Those are my beliefs. Throwing hands.
Not just that, but where you fought them was in a seedy underground outside of the dome, underworld-esque fight club, which fits perfectly in your background.
Absolutely.
That fills your playbook advancement. I get to clear it out.
Yay!
So what that does is that means you can, and this is optional, by the way, you don't have to do this if you really want to challenge yourself and pace yourself. But I'm, saying kind of fuck it, let's do this shit. You get to pick 1 new special ability to add to the one you already have, and you get 1 dot to place in any skill.
Oh, amazing. I love that. Okay. So another dot to put into any skill that's going to go into skirmish. And a special ability it's going to be not to be trifled with. Oh, wait, no. Or should it be Ghost Fighter? Because I do like fighting ghosts.
Last time you did it by sheer force of will.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. If you took that, you wouldn't have to roll anything to punch a ghost.
Yeah, I just love the idea that I can square up on a ghost. I'm going with Ghost Fighter.
All righty. And just to clarify, you still have a damn concussion.
Yeah.
since that's your only harm right now, it's not really affecting you that much.
All right.
All right, so that goes ahead and takes care of your downtime activities and such.
Sweet.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. I will let you know you can only fill that attune clock 2 more times before you have to max out the guild. All right, so let's go to our second longest running member here, Lily Mercier. Or is it Mercier? How do you pronounce that last name again? Hornsby, whatever. Are you with us? You're muted, Vixen.
I was talking that whole time on mute.
Okie dokie, okie dokie.
Mercier, right.
So, Mercier. All right, so it looks like you have 2 stress. And you don't seem to have any declared downtime activities. You can declare a long-term project as a downtime activity if you know one that you'd like, such as, I don't know, researching certain people in the town, as you might have expressed interest in. Or you can just do downtime activities such as healing and reducing stress.
I would like to do both.
Okay, so let's start out with
2 actions.
Yes, you get 2 downtime activities.
Okay.
All right, then let's start with your stress. Roll me 1d6 because that's the least amount you have in prowess there. Uh-oh, she rolled it there. You got a 6. Well, I have good news and bad news.
Mm.
The good news is your stress is gone. The bad news is you overindulged, which leads to complications. I'm going to say, since your vice is pleasure, why don't you tell me how you overindulged?
Pleasure being like the arts, food, and theater. She definitely just got lost in trying to find the information. So she didn't sleep very well because once you Mama was
Voices, robot voices, robot voices. Continue, please.
Any better now?
Much better.
Okay. All right. Thank you for your patience. So she's researching Stepmom, the high class bitch from the fight scene.
That's Baylor's mom, also known as Daddy's problem.
Daddy's problem.
Okay. Jesus Christ, I'm running out of tokens to put on the board. I'm going to say his mom is a pretty enigmatic person. Where did my clock go? And that's going to be an 8 clock to learn about her. But, see, here's the thing. That would be declaring your long-term project. You overindulged on vice.
Okay.
So your vice is pursuing the arts, drink, food, and I assume some sort of debauchery. What possible?
Mostly.
You were saying?
Please continue.
No. Please do go on.
Her favorite thing to do is just drink the drinks. She will try all of them with very little care as to what it's going to look like at the end, just for the sake of trying the new drink. It So it looks kind of like when you've sat there and you've done an all-nighter for college and you did these things, but you've got alcohol and drinks around you.
So you're saying you got drunk?
Yes, I am.
Let's see. Well, you're not well known to be associated with the Found, so I'm going to say that the consequence of your overindulgence isn't going to reflect badly on the faction as a whole. But I am going to say you met a gentleman named Jeremiah in your drunkenly escapades, and you pissed him off because you did some unseemly things to his trousers.
Probably said no.
Oh, no, it's not that you said no. You did say no by throwing up on him. So your complication is you gained a new enemy, Jeremiah the aristocrat. That takes care of your stress, and now you said you wanted to do a long-term project for researching. I'm going to say looking into Valor's mom, because she's a wily fucker, is going to be an 8 clock. So you have an 8 clock before you gain a piece of information on her. If you will roll me a d6 and tell me the result, I will let you know. You got a 5. That's going to be 3 whole segments. That red clock is yours. Let me make a note of that. Oh, done. All right, that takes care of your downtime activities. Let's see about leveling up. I would say that with how you connived against Valor's mom to get her to bet more money, you definitely addressed a challenge with calculation or conspiracy. And with how you represented your family name at the Fight Club last night, would you say that you expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
Absolutely.
All right, well, then that advances you to the next level. You're now a level, there's no real levels in this game, but you get to put a dot into any of those action categories on the right. And you also can, if you'd like, pick a new ability from your special abilities list.
Okay. You said and or?
It's and. Both of them are optional. You can skip it if you'd prefer.
I think I want connected.
Okay. You are now connected.
Oh wait, I misread it. The one.
Calculating, is that what you want?
Yeah, where it gets a +1 on my downtime.
All right, then. And if you'd like, you can put a dot into your action points. It's your choice.
I want one that I can punch things. Or
that would be skirmish most likely, or wreck.
And what was prowl?
Prowl is your sneakiness. If you hover over it, it lets you know that it's your.
I'll go with prowl.
Okay, so you want to be a more subtle form of hitting people.
Yeah.
All right, so I will say that concludes your downtime and experience, which brings me to our lovely spook Eddings. Well, Eddings, you were deafened last time, and there's still a slight ringing in your ears, but it's not really affecting you. And you don't.
I don't need to. I don't need to put a content into it.
Well, if you want to, you can. If not, that's fine too. You would have to spend both your downtime activities to heal it off, though, currently.
Ah, okay.
You also don't seem to have a long-term project declared, so if you wanted to declare one for yourself, you could, but if not, it's fine. Not everyone has to have one.
I was gonna say, I think the long-term project for now is probably going to be learning just arcane magic in general,
Okay.
as a general thing. I don't know, like, if there's like ritual magic, how the magic system works.
Okay. Okay. So there is rituals in this game. The way magic works is it's basically an attune, it's a resolve roll, really. Any of those categories can be used for magic. And effectively, you say you're performing a ritual. There are some pre-made ones in the back of the book that you can go through. But other than that, you are basically performing a ritual to summon a ghost to do your bidding or to achieve a particular effect, such as blood magic to make someone halfway across town shit themselves. It's really up to your imagination. There's not really a limit for it. The only thing that it is determined by is the luck of the dice. For example, if you did take my prompt and say, oh, I'm going to do a little bit of blood magic, cut my palm open, and make Baylor's mom shit herself across town. On a 6, that's a success. 4 to 5, success with a complication. Probably your wound becomes infected, you take level 1 harm, or if I'm feeling super generous, you shit yourself a little too. On a 1 to 3, that is failure with a complication. 1 to 3 would likely be, okay, your ritual does not succeed, and now there is a ghost who is stalking you, or something similar to that effect.
Okay. Yeah, so leveling up is kind of like where you're tracking stuff that your character like
Yes. The playbook advancement section of your character sheet. Each class has a preset list of things. If we were all a little bit more experienced, myself included, we could get more creative with those. But basically, if your character did those things in the last session, then you get a point. If they did it multiple times, you get 2 points. You are currently 2 points away. If you'd prefer, we could start at leveling up over your downtime actions.
Yeah, I think that might give me a better idea of sort of like how to approach the downtime actions.
Okay. So you addressed a knowledge with a challenge with knowledge or arcane power. You are a spook. You fought a ghost. You hit it at least twice. I will say you get those experience points, which will set you for leveling up.
Okay.
I don't particularly think you struggled with any of the other things there.
No, not. I mean, the beliefs, drives, heritage, background stuff. It showed up, but it didn't really. It wasn't really a big.
Yeah, it was adjacent.
Yeah.
It was adjacent.
Not like threatened. And it didn't really deal with issues from vice or traumas.
Yeah. So since you leveled up, you can choose one new special ability of your choice.
All right.
And you can add 1 dot to any of the actions on the right.
Okay, so like under the 3 categories, anyone.
Yes. Up to 3 dots in a category because your faction needs to level up for your 4th dot.
Okay. Um, so for the special ability, I'm looking at probably either compel or ritual. Considering I was going to start looking into more of the ritual magic. Probably ritual.
That is entirely up to you.
Well, Iron Will's completely looking those.
Well, Iron Will would make you be able to pretty much fight off that issue you had with the Banshee Ghost in the last fight, where everyone was terrified for what seemed like 2 rounds of combat.
Yeah.
In fact, the Banshee is a low enough level ghost, I would just say you would be immune to that effect if you had Iron Will.
Okay. Um. Yeah, I think I'm gonna probably. Oh, I would probably want to go with Iron Will to start with for this level up.
Okay. Then I will put the dot in there for you. And then Hunt, Study, Tinker, Finesse, Prowl, Skirmish, Shrek, Tune, Command, Consort, or Sway.
Um.
If you need a refresher on each one, you can hover over the word and it will give you a description. Which is why I like Roll20, folks.
Interesting. And my understanding was that if I have like a generic resolve that doesn't really fit any of the categories of a team coming in sort of way, it would be just using the highest rating.
Oh, no. You see that black line that delineates dots on the left and then more dots on the right?
Yep.
If you have to roll an insight, prowess, or resolve roll, mostly to resist harm or consequence, such as attacks or being possessed, you would use however many dots you have to the left of that line. So being well-rounded pays off. Currently, if I had to make you roll something that involved insight, such as resisting the harm of someone lying through their teeth to you, you would be rolling pretty well.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. So, like under resolve, are the categories like command would be basically so like if I summon a ghost and try to make it do a service or
No, that would be a tune,
okay.
because a tune is specifically for ghosts. Command is more like rolling a charisma check to intimidate someone, or a diplomacy check using the force of your personality to make them do what you want.
Okay.
Consort would be more of a persuasion, I believe. Well, no, consort would be more information gathering, so it would be investigation. And sway would be more persuasion and bluff.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go with the sword then. I think that's probably where he's developing his.
So you said consort, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, I put the dot in it for you.
Yep.
Well,
So I think right now he's getting used to learning who the team the gang he has been assigned to work with by Lord Skurlock.
Yeah, and he's been hanging out with Lily a bit too much, so he's learning some of her ways.
Yep, that sounds good.
All right. That brings us to your 2 downtime activities. So for downtime activities, you can roll a dice to heal, you can roll a dice to remove stress, but you don't have any. Or you can declare a long-term project and roll some dice to see how far along you get on that. And a long-term project can be anything you want it to be. For example, as a spook, you have a lightning hook that you use to hook ghosts and deal damage to them. You could, if you wanted to, modify that hook to not only hook ghosts. You could modify that hook to be barbed to hook humans if you wanted. And that'd probably be, I don't know, 4 o'clock or something, because adding metal to a hook that already exists isn't too difficult. It just takes time since you are not an expert blacksmith. And that's just an example. You could make a 16 clock if you wanted and say, I want to acquire a spirit bottle with a demon in it. It's going to take you a while to get that demon bottle, but you would be able to do it.
Yeah, that would be definitely a good long-term thing.
Yeah, that would be a long-term thing. If you plan to heal, which I'm not saying you have to, because it's not really affecting you. If you plan to heal, then it's just a d6. You can try it twice to get rid of that deafened.
Yeah, and at some point I also need to go over the strange methods of pain design.
Okay. So
it's interesting. I'm just looking at that going, okay, so basically he's magically making magical.
you're an artificer, basically.
Yeah.
Artificer.
That was our camera folks, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of camera folks, hey, Kramer 1, note to self, because I keep forgetting this and I need to put it in a video for us to remember it. We should turn on captions for these streams sometime. Just like whatever the auto caption feature is, I don't know.
Yeah, I'll see if I can do it right now.
Make it more user-friendly for those in our disability community. Or just people who have to have captions on.
Can you speak a little louder? I can't read my captions.
Yeah.
That's my life.
So, Eddings, for right now, is just kind of whatever you'd like to do. And if you would like to save your downtime activities, we can just catch up on that later.
Well, I think I'm going to go with rolling one die to heal.
Okay.
One downtime action.
Okay. So roll me a d6.
Let me do something.
I don't care if you do it at Roll20, Discord, or have a physical dice in front of you.
I thought there were dice rolling here.
In Roll20, they are on the left under the d20.
There we go. And you said it was 1d6?
Yep. Everything in here is d6s. That's 4. That's going to get you 2 slots on your healing clock. You could attempt to roll again and possibly heal that off completely, or you could do something else.
Okay. Well, I think I'm going to put 1 into working on strange methods and trying to come up with an arcane design.
Okay.
And some point
we will have to look into that and discuss it off stream because you are the first spook who's ever made use of that I've DM'd for. So, but how complicated of a design are you going for?
Well, he's still, a new character, so it's going to be fairly simple.
Okay. So, would you say a 4 o'clock because he's just trying to figure out the arcana?
Yeah, I think something along those lines where relatively simple thing. I don't know, like maybe like a ghost lantern that shows spirits.
So it reveals them when they're trying to be invisible. That actually would be super helpful because last time y'all had a bunch of mist forming and you couldn't see where the thing was.
Yeah, that would be very handy. So some kind of, like I said, some kind of lantern.
I will let you know there is a faction you might be able to steal a similar device from somewhere in this town.
So what you mean to say is you have a spook detector instead of a smoke detector?
He's working on making one.
Something like that, yeah.
All right, so roll me 1d6 and we'll see if you get 1, 2, or 3. And if you happen to get a 6, I'll have you roll another one to see if you just crit it over. That's a 5.
Yeah, 5.
Close enough. You got 3 sections. You got one more roll to go before that fills up. All right, so that concludes almost all the downtime activity. The only thing left to take care of now is the crew. So, you guys fought a ghost and won. In a place where permadeath was a thing, where there are no cops, and you caused so much chaos that at least 3 people died. But that has nothing to do with y'all.
That wasn't our fault. They chose to be here.
I'm very proud of that.
Correct. So, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys 3 more points of rep because that was particularly bold and daring. It was from a difficult place because only one of you was equipped to actually fight a ghost.
We went in without even knowing that, too.
We didn't even know how. We were just like, wait, we can fight ghosts? Yeah. I don't care about all that. I want to fight the ghosts. Yeah.
I did try to warn you.
None of us cared.
And the third point is because you made some contacts doing it. Like, Benny is never going to want to talk to you again in a fight club scene. But if you see Benny outside of that, he's going to probably introduce you to some people.
And if we find Daddy's problem?
I have some words for Daddy's problem.
Well, see, that's the other side of the coin, is you pissed off Daddy's problem. And so in the area of Brightstone, the blue coats are going to be a little more difficult to deal with. You might not be able to get away with scratching huge F's into people's roofs. And because of that, because she has alerted the police to your presence, there are now vague wanted posters that only slightly resemble you. Kind of like a wanted poster for Wario, but it's labeled Mario.
Like in the beginning of Tangled, where they can never get my nose right.
Yeah. And so you guys took 2 heat from that because she's trying to make it difficult for you to operate. Purely to spite you. Now, let's see. Did you check? Let's see. Leveling up the crew. You didn't really do anything. You technically did acquire a product supply because Lily secured contact later with a drug dealer for Rage.
I already have Rage. I got a dose of it.
Yes, you did get a dose, and you also made a contact. Yeah. So I'm going to say you get a point there.
Hell yeah, Lily.
Did you contend with a challenge above your station?
Yeah. We did nothing else. We did that one.
We did nothing else. We fought a ghost.
So fucking lootly. Did you bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one? Well, I gave you points in rep, so yeah.
Yeah.
Did you express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew? Given that the outcome was two
Yes,
of you
I
wanted
think
to
so.
fuck with Daddy's mom.
And we all wanted to fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If nothing else, going in for the fight to do something we're not supposed to, somewhere we're not supposed to, that was absolutely something that we would be doing.
Mm-hmm. Doing things with abandon and no consideration for the repercussions? Yes.
See, this is where it gets funny because Lily doesn't have any idea how to be bad, just how to do what they do. So she's former only child, cradled and coddled, now out here, and it's kind of fun. Overly schooled, etc.
Running with hardened criminals.
It's great.
Dealing drugs. Love this part.
So
you just don't take it. That's okay.
Because of that, your crew leveled up. I can't believe all of you leveled up and the crew too. That normally takes longer. Anyway, yeah, you are very, very active, taking on like 3 heists in one session.
It's great. All right, Daddy's problem is officially orange in my notebook.
So, at this point, we can either put off crew leveling until the whole crew can put input, and we can talk about that in Discord outside of the game. Or you guys can make a decision for everyone. It's your call.
I'm down to wait for more gang.
I'm always cool with waiting. I want it's everyone.
Okay.
Does XP roll over?
It does.
Okay. If we decide to wait and we do something today.
So I am going to, in the Aftermath Discord channel, note that crew leveled up. Choose either one special ability or 2 crew upgrade points. And then you guys can discuss that off screen or on screen, whichever you prefer. So, with that out of the way, I have finished everyone who's gathered here, at least, which is half the damn crew. I have finished their downtime activities, as well as the crews. And I have in my notes that Eddings and BG both wanted to learn more about the Dimmer sisters, and that Lily wanted to dig up more dirt on the courtesan. And also, I'm only planning to run for another half hour, so don't get your hopes up on doing a heist. But you did receive some more mysterious mail. Would someone like to read the letters 4 through 7?
We just got a letter.
We just got a letter.
Or do you want me to do it?
I'm trying to find it on Discord.
4 through 7.
Yeah, and you can leave the part that's in parentheses at the bottom of 7 out. We don't need to know that.
Okay.
Mysterious mail. Number? Go ahead.
No. Number what?
Number 4. A hastily scrawled note that says, "Should know here, not sure if you'll get this, but that show that you put on at the old Northport the other night was certainly something. You made a lot of people mad, and quite a few of us a lot of money. If you need anything hawked, call me. I'll be in touch. Finn." That's the end.
Love it.
I don't want to read them all.
Oh, that's okay. Here, I'll help you with the next one. Okay, this one has the seal of Skurlock on it, and it reads, "This is Skurlock's assistant. And yes, I know I'm not supposed to be using this, but do you guys do assassinations? I ran into some trouble and need that trouble removed. Permanent, like." The end.
Letter 6. And
I got number
stickers?
6.
Okay.
Spook opens it up, looks at it. An ichor-stained envelope containing a messy, smelling piece of paper. Smells like a lab. It states, "Pay us a visit sometime. We have work to do, especially for the angry. She intrigues us. Paula and Paulette." Interesting.
And letter 7, a blank envelope. You open it and find it reads, "My scoundrels, making your way in the world may seem slow and tough, but I'm certain if something piques your interest, you should pursue it. This is a lesson you should learn quickly in your pursuits, both for yourselves and for others." And a signed Doc.
I wonder who that is. What a mysterious name I've never heard of.
Well, it ain't me.
Wow. It's crazy.
Oh, hey, look, here's a letter from the mayor. It says you should pay Derek Spree more money.
well.
Yes, Derek, remind me, what is your assistant's name that we settled on?
Totally forget. Don't pay attention to the guy.
I mean, maybe I'm an enigma and people don't know me very well, but I'm trying to do this assassination. The moment I saw assassination, I wanted to assassinate someone.
I thought I didn't. Not even the spooky ookie letter?
No, I want to kill people. That's what I'm here to do.
You don't want to test out your new ghost punches? Makes sense.
That's true. I do have ghost punches now. And it's the producers. Yeah, that's
and
true.
And you have Ghost Friend.
Yeah.
What was her name again?
Ghost Friend. What's Ghost Friend's name?
Which ghost friend?
Our other new teammate.
Oh, yeah, Eddie.
Oh,
Edding.
Spook. Yes.
I thought we made friends with a ghost last time, and I just don't remember who it is. I was like, wait, who's the ghost? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I've made friends with lots of things.
Yeah.
I just imagine her just nodding anyway and being like, yeah.
Like, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Of course.
Okay.
All right, Paula, let's go.
Paula.
All right. That means you lead the way. All right, Eddings? Since you got the letter.
But since we don't have time for a full heist tonight, we're going to have to pick up on that next time. So if the three of you want to meet, I don't know, in, say, a week and a half on September 19th, Monday night, our usual time, then we can get y'all underway with the Dimmer Sisters.
All right.
Or if you guys find a time that you all agree on before that, just let me know and I will do my best to accommodate.
Yeah, I'll try to be accommodating as well.
Thank you very much.
And if the Kramer man cannot make it, then I'll figure it out.
It's not a big deal. If you can run one off stream, yeah, it'll be fine as long as the people know what's going on. That's all that matters.
Oh yeah. No, there will be lots of what's going on. Especially as we move towards these shorter, smaller, more
Thank you.
localized streams that just kind of happen for this game. Yeah. So on that note, I think we are going to say goodbye, folks. And I'm sorry I'm cutting it short. I'm exhausted, but I wanted to get something in for y'all so that you didn't think the series died.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
All right. Y'all have a good one.